Hi guys, welcome to the next section, Natural Language Processing with TF-IDF. Now we move on to the first video of this section that deals with downloading and analyzing the therapy bot session text dataset. This section will focus on downloading and setting up the dataset that will be used for NLP. The dataset that we will use is based on interactions between a therapy bot and visitors to an online therapy website. It contains 100 interactions, and each interaction is tagged as either escalate or do not escalate. If the discussion warrants a more serious conversation, the bot will tag the discussion as escalate to an individual. Otherwise, the bot will continue the discussion with the user. Let's take a look at the steps for downloading the chatbot data. Let's first look at the dataset placed in the code bundle. When you access the dataset in the code bundle, make sure that you save the therapybot session.csv file to the same local directory as the Jupyter Notebook Spark session. Next, we will access the dataset using this script to build the Spark session called Spark, as well as to assign the dataset to a data frame in Spark called df. Let's execute this script. We will use the df show command to view the data frame. Here you can have a look at the entire data frame. There are three main fields from the data frame. The first one is ID, the unique ID of each transaction between a visitor to the website and the chatbot. The second one is label. Since this is a supervised modeling approach where we know the outcome that we are trying to predict, each transaction has been classified as either escalate or do not escalate. This field will be used during the modeling process to train the text to identify words that would classify falling under one of these two scenarios. Lastly, we have the chat text from the visitor on the website that our model will classify. The data frame, df, has some additional columns _C3, _C4, _C5, and _C6 that will not be used in the model. We can exclude it from the data using this line of code. Using the df show function, we will display the output. This is the output that we will get. Now we will see analyzing the therapy bot session dataset. It is always important to first analyze any dataset before applying models on that same dataset. We will execute this script to group the label column and to generate a count distribution. It is useful to collect data across multiple rows and group the results by a dimension. In this case, the dimension is label. A df.groupBy function is used to measure the count of 100 therapy transactions online distributed by label. Let's execute it. We can see that there is a 65 to 35 distribution of do not escalate to escalate. Next, we will add a new column, word_count, to the data frame, df, using this script. A new column, word_count, is created to calculate how many words are used in each of the 100 transactions between the chatbot and the online visitor. As you can see here, a newly created column, word_count. Further, we will aggregate the average word count, avg_word_count, by label using this script. Since the word_count is now added to the data frame, it can be aggregated to calculate the average word count by label. We can see that escalate conversations on average are more than twice as long as do not escalate conversations.